In this Valentine's Day episode of Generation Artex, we wax nostalgic about Hallmark holidays of yore, including Kim's need to be the patron saint of lollipops, why Lori wore an I Heart Girls pin, why Terri loves gifts as much as Lori hates them, and how Lori lived real-life drama at theater camp when she's cast opposite her ex in Phantom of the Opera. It all works out in the end. Plus, original music by Jared Zeus, sung by Lori. Welcome to Generation Artex. One Take Terri, that's what they call me. They call me One Take Terri.
Are you ready for us? All right. Come on, Kim. I'm interviewing you. Everybody knows I am the star of this show. As we see.
Welcome to Generation Artex. I'm Terri. I am the oldest, and I have a pot of chili cooking waiting for me.
I'm Kim, and we are all wearing our Valentine's Day colors, but they clash horribly.
Really
We
badly.
look so uncoordinated in our attempts to be Valentine's Day. Day. That's a hard word. Day-ish. To be Valentine's Day-ish. Dayable. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, I'm Lori. I'm the youngest, and I'm a little bummed that my lipstick turned out kind of pink, and that also doesn't go with my red sweatshirt. Not that anyone's watching this.
That's
Yeah,
just
but
a lot of
Valentine's Day
apple.
stuff is always clashy. It's red, pink. It is a big mishmash of colors, so it's probably fine. I'm wearing kind of a burgundy, but whatever. Also, let's see whose sweatshirt is cropped more. Look at Lori's.
Lori's is cropped. Lori's is cropped above
Mine's
her
really
belly button.
cropped.
Terry's is cropped above her boobs.
No, mine's way above the belly button. It's like
It's
my
a
rib
shrug.
cage still comes underneath it.
Terry does have something on underneath, but
I do. It's a shrug. But also, can we just say that Lori's wearing the sweatshirt that she wore when she turned heads at Home Depot?
Yep, this
yeah,
is
she
it.
is.
That's the one.
Yep.
Except I
That's the
didn't have a
one.
black tank top underneath. It's all
I'm
skin.
wearing an Old Navy shocker fuchsia sweater, fuchsia V-neck. Just being crazy, cotton.
Nice.
My usual.
Valentine's Day.
This is our Valentine's Day episode. We already talk about heartbreak a lot of the time anyway, but we're going to make it special. I just spit everywhere. We're going to make it
Like
special.
special
I
what?
thought you bit your tongue.
No, I just saw a spray of spit come out of my mouth.
Gross.
But no one saw it because no one's watching. They're just listening. So anyway, we're excited to celebrate Valentine's Day with you. I have a question though. Has Valentine's Day for you,
Uh-huh.
when you first think of it, is it romance? Is it like the romantic experience, or does it call up any other memories or feelings for you that really have nothing to do with dating?
Well, if I hear it now, if someone said Valentine's Day, my very first thought is, oh shit, I got to get my kids to write out all their classmates' cards.
Do they have to?
Yeah, remember we did that.
No, but you didn't have to do everyone, and that's what was fucked up about
Oh.
Valentine's
I did
Day
do
cards.
everyone. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I
but
did
not everyone did.
But not everyone did. Some people
That's
got
wrong.
more. It was not a rule. It's a rule now. But
Everyone gets a trophy.
Before, you only wrote it to the people you wanted to.
Wow.
Oh, I
I
don't
did
think
the
that
whole
ever
class.
should have been okay. I think that you should always do, and to everybody, you can just write something different for the people you really care about.
No one wrote anything. They just put love, blah, blah, blah.
Right. Not love.
Right.
From.
Well, sometimes if people write from, no one could write love, really.
Depends on the grade.
Yeah.
Well, I do remember in our little Catholic grade school, we did have a thing leading up to Valentine's Day. It was, a student government fundraiser. It was called Treaty for Your Sweetie, and they sold these glassy red heart lollipops. Do you remember this? Huge, thick red hearts. And so they would sell them at lunchtime the week leading up, and you could have them sent to anybody in any grade. And I really put an enormous amount of thought into this every year, because the idea of someone, because then they would hand them out, on Valentine's Day, and everyone would be sitting in their desks, and they would call up each person each time there was one delivered from somewhere for them. And I was so worried that people were going to not get one. So I always bought them for the kids who I didn't think were going to get them for anybody. And
Oh my
sometimes
God.
it must have happened one year where someone didn't get any and it broke me. So I always would buy them for you guys. I would have them sent to your classrooms, and then I would buy them for my closest girlfriends. And then I would buy them for all the kids who I thought would never get one in my small class, in the class of 20 kids or whatever. And there were a couple times, and I resent this greatly, where there were a couple boys who wouldn't have gotten them otherwise. And then they would kind of look at me and make gestures in the next coming recesses in the days leading after, like, oh, she likes me. And I was like, no, I just didn't want you to be abandoned. You know what I mean?
Oh, you think men misread kindness and gestures of kindness and generosity as sexual interest? Gee, how shocking.
I picked up on that in 5th grade.
You're like, it's so weird that this middle school boy received a red heart candy from this pretty girl in class and thought she was interested for Valentine's Day.
So yeah, that was my first experience being like, no, that's not what I meant,
Kim is like a Sacred Heart of St. Kim, Sacred Heart of the Treaty for Your Sweetie. Did you ever buy them for girls who you thought wouldn't get any?
Yes.
Okay, so it wasn't just boys.
Right. They didn't announce who they were from. They would just be like, oh, Jen, there's one for you. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And you'd go up, oh, wait, there's a little tag on it.
Right.
There was a white tag on it, and it would be written.
Okay.
Who was two?
And who it's from also.
From.
But they just didn't announce who it was from.
Okay.
Which was
There's
very
like
classy.
14 people in a class in these situations. Right. So you just named all your girlfriends, and then all the girls or boys that you were sure weren't going to get one. So you just didn't get it for like 3 people?
Probably. But again, you could send them across to different grades. And that happened a lot, especially for us in middle school. We were always dating the boys in the grade ahead. So we'd be receiving from a different grade. And,
I think.
You know what I mean? And so I wasn't sending them to the whole school people, I didn't think. It was just like in my grade. But
how much were they? Like $1?
50 cents.
Oh, I was going to say, how are you ponying up candy for everyone? Like, you get a treaty and you get a treaty.
Yeah, no, I did. And I remember actually feeling a little bit embarrassed because then you would get them for your friends and I was friendly to everybody. And then being embarrassed when they would call my name over and over and I kept going up and I'd have like a huge pile of Treaties for Your Sweeties. Then I was embarrassed because I'm like, this is I don't like this displaying, your kindness to other people kind of coming back to you in physical candy form. And then it was almost like, I don't do it for the, you know what I mean? There was an embarrassment to it. Yeah. There was almost like a shame. It came right back around to shame.
Yes.
That began as kindness. I'm kind to people. So my friend, just girlfriends would send me them and whatever. But then all of a sudden you have a huge pile of them on your desk. And it's like,
and then it's like, oh, it's like you being that whole issue that you talked about in another episode where you're like, God, it's hard because I have these 2 boyfriends I can't choose. They're like, okay. And it's like it's a big problem.
Embarrassment to it.
I know it is.
Can I just be nice to people and like have not
nice
ever realize that I'm being nice? Like, can I just leave it at that?
Can the left hand not know what the right hand is doing?
Yeah. You guys don't remember those? It was a big thing in my mind, obviously.
I don't remember really a vague memory. And I also don't remember if I got them, if I bought them. I have no memory.
I mean, I can picture the lollipop, but I don't remember this like event. I remember we had boxes that had a slit in it, and then people would walk around and put their little card in it. Yeah. And then when you open the box, not everyone had the same number.
Yeah. That's what's hard. I think whenever it's like, who loves who more? Who got the most love? That's the problem. Is it translated it into a physical, manifestation of it. And then it was like kind of embarrassing because then you are now rated. It's like, oh, she has 5 stars.
Yes. That's exactly what it felt like.
And so you're trying to up it and you're trying to match the curve by sending them out. But then people want to send them to you. And then no matter what, you have too many lollipops and no one needs that many lollipops.
I'm trying to remember if if I have any memory of some like super stereotypical romantic Valentine's Day dinner or event. And like none are coming to me.
None ever? What do you mean?
None are coming.
You know, like dinner with people bringing you flowers?
My initial question was, did you associate it with romance? And Lori's saying, I don't really remember or think of that much. Is that what you're thinking?
I mean, when I think of the holiday, I think, it's either supposed to be about romance or, and then more logistical things I think about are the card stuff.
What about when we were little? Like I knew that when we came downstairs, there would be a little mug with a rainbow, little hearts on it and chocolate. It was fun because you got something sweet. You know what I mean? To me, it was associated with a larger celebration. I didn't have a boyfriend in grammar school, so it wasn't like, oh, this is when me and my boyfriend profess undying love. It was like,
No.
It was sort of a collective flirting. It felt kind of fun and festive, but it was never directed at anything.
And there was the time we all came down to a red mug with like a little stuffed animal holding a heart and some candy.
Like
and
a pencil.
Terry and I got pins that we would wear that day that said, I heart boys. And Lori got one that said, I heart girls. And we were like, looked at her confused. And Mom goes, well, Lori's too young for boys.
So this is like definitely.
And we all put them on our shirts and wore them to school that day. I heart boys. And Lori's like, I heart girls.
Okay, first of all, that was meant for Terry.
Yes, clearly.
Okay, that is so
Lori's too
strange.
young for boys.
I'm too young for boys, so what? I can hook up with the girls in the class?
No, you're just like, I love my
Yeah,
girlfriend.
yours was just your friends. That was the
just
idea.
love my
Yours was
friend.
not supposed to be sexual.
And it could have said, I love friends.
I know, but
instead,
it was
I
so
love that
binary. It was so binary, wasn't it?
That's a weird thing then
That's
to be
a
like,
really
oh,
weird thing.
Lori's too young for boys, so we'll get her in.
You don't remember that?
It's
all
vague. But
wore
how young are
them.
we talking? Obviously,
I mean, you were probably in
It was-
first grade. I was probably in fourth grade.
Lori,
Right, I mean,
Terry
I
proudly
memories-
wore hers in seventh grade. I heart boys.
right. I mean, you're more likely to remember something if you're in seventh grade than first grade. I don't think I definitely, it's a vague memory, but I'm not sitting here being like, oh, remember that time when I was in first grade and Mom called me gay?
No, but I think it's really
She
funny that
wasn't.
she was like, here's I love girls. I love girls because I'm young.
And Terry,
still.
yeah, Terry and I were like, wait, why didn't she get an I heart boys? She's like, she's too young.
Why didn't she get a heteronormative Valentine?
Exactly. Yeah.
I had a T-shirt, by the way, that I got once when I was little. I mean, I might have been like 7, 8, 9, something like that. And I wore it. I didn't really think about it. And then someone read it out loud and like teased me. I was mortified. I was like, I don't want to wear this shirt anymore. It was a yellow shirt. It had fee letters on it and it said, if it weren't for boys, I'd quit school. Can you
Wow.
believe I was walking around with a shirt that said that?
Oh
Wow.
my God.
And I was like,
I
someone goes,
can
oh, look
believe
at your shirt. If it weren't for boys, you'd quit school. And I was like, is that what that means? And I was like, that's not it at all. If it weren't for
What did you
homework.
think it meant?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't pay attention to it. I was like, oh, it's kind of funny. And when someone teased me about it, I was like, oh, yeah, I don't like this. It was the wrong
my God.
message. It's like saying, here's my shirt. My mom did not mean to give me this, but it's like walking around with a shirt that says bad at math.
Yeah.
Yeah. But mom will say, oh, that was cute. It was cute because you're like 7. Let's like sexualize 7-year-olds.
I do have an entry.
Okay.
So this is interesting because this is an entry so it's Valentine's Day, February 14th, 1990. I was in 8th grade, but I'm recounting my 6th grade Valentine's Day, which is interesting because I don't think I went into such detail when I was actually in 6th grade in my journal.
Okay.
Okay.
Why is this confusing?
No, I'm
It
just
just,
like,
of course, it's nostalgic. 8th grade Kim is reflecting back on her younger days.
I know.
Right,
It's
right.
funny.
Okay, Valentine's Day is over. I've had better. I remember in 6th grade.
The best year ever.
Jeez.
I remember in 6th grade when Mr. C came over one night. That was my 6th grade boyfriend's dad. One night before we left for Vermont to ski, because that was over February break. Valentine's Day was going to go on in New Jersey while I was in Killington. So Sean sent his dad over before Valentine's Day. I was on the phone with Sean, around 8 p.m. The doorbell rang. I was curious of who it could have been. I told Sean someone was at the door and I would call him back. I wanted to see who it was. By the time I'd gotten to the bottom of the stairs, my unexpected surprise was already in the foyer. Mr. C handed me a gift and I freaked out. Mom was overwhelmed. This is one of my core memories. I can see this scene like it's a movie I watched yesterday. It's so weird. Mr. C handed me the gift and I freaked out. Mom was overwhelmed. She said never in her life did she get a big red heart-shaped box of candy before, like the one I almost fainted with in my hands. It was from Bromelo's and had a big red fake rose and red ribbon on front. I thanked Mr. C and ran upstairs to call Beth. She was so excited for me. I was way beyond excited. Then I called Sean, the charmer himself. I didn't exactly know what to say. I never had a box of candy delivered to my door by my Valentine's Day dad before. But I'm not sure what I said. I just thanked him a lot, told him how sweet he was, etc. I wonder if he's thought of that day at all. Probably not. And Mr. C, does he even remember bringing that awesome present to me? I know I'll never forget it, so I'll probably never get anything like it again.
Wow.
Wow.
Peak. That's life. I mean, if I do, I'll be older and it probably won't be as shocking. I mean, 6th grade. I'm still little now, but 2 years ago, a guy, an awesome one at that, went to the extreme to do that for me. Me? Wow.
The
Wow.
extreme. How far
No,
did you
the
live from him?
extreme.
There's nothing
What?
nothing says extreme like a heart-shaped box of chocolate.
Yeah,
Right.
so
How far did he live?
he lived probably 10 minutes away, the next town. But it's because we were leaving early in the morning. We were packed, ready to
Oh,
go
right.
ski for the weekend, and he was probably like, Valentine's Day is while we're gone, and he sent his dad out to CVS.
It was like, while
Wait,
you're out, can you stop by
Bromelo's. I'm
Bromelo's?
sorry. It was Bromelo's.
While you're out, can you stop by Bromelo's, buy a box of heart-shaped box of chocolate, drop it off? This was an errand that the dad did.
Yes.
Sean didn't go to extremes at all.
right.
No,
Sean
he
didn't
did
do
not.
shit.
Delegated. Yeah.
What the fuck,
No,
Sean?
I mean,
do?
we don't even know if it was his idea. His dad might have been
Right.
like, "Do you want to drop something off for her?"
Hey, it's Terri from Generation Artex. And listen, I love a good story. Who doesn't? If you didn't, you wouldn't bother with books, TV, movies, or even podcasts. We love listening to stories, but there's also something really powerful about writing your own. You may see yourself as a reader or a listener, and maybe you wouldn't dare call yourself a writer. But here's the truth. If you can read, you can write. If there's something you would love to write, share, or get out there is no better or safer place to do it than this little program I run called the New Rules Studio, or Studio for short. It's a live, virtual, real-time writing space led by certified instructors where you get to explore your own ideas, your own creativity, memories, stories without judgment or criticism. Since you're a listener of this podcast, I would like to invite you to come write with me for free. You can get the invite at territrispicio.com/write with me. That's territrispicio.com/write with me.
La 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 la.
Still, when you're writing it in 8th grade, that was when we went on that ski trip with that other family when you were in 8th grade, because remember it was the 3 boys.
Yeah.
Andrew was one of my first loves. I was obsessed.
Yeah, I had a
with
big
him.
crush on Matt.
Well, what I was going to say though was the time that you were writing that was probably around when we went to Killington with that family with the 3 boys, and I was in fucking heaven. And oh my God, I loved him so much. And I have this one moment I didn't talk to him because you can't talk. We weren't in the same school.
Right.
I don't even know how I just knew where I was ever exposed to him. I just knew that he was an altar boy at 11:15. I feel like I already talked about this at some point. Didn't we? No?
You mentioned someone you had a crush on and you would wait till that mass came in. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was him. I didn't know who you were
That
talking
was
about.
him. Yeah. I think sometimes he did do the 5:00 Saturday mass, and then I would walk down and go by myself just to stand in the back and stare at him. But I have I know. I mean, that's the only way to make church interesting is a cute altar boy you could stare at the whole time because they're on stage. Right. But I distinctly remember this one moment because it was like the one connection I ever had with him where I was like so excited about it. We were playing Manhunt because you were in teams. We were inside and I found this one hiding. So all the lights were out, or at least some of the rooms were dark, right? For the hiding purposes. There was a washer and dryer, and I crawled on top of it and sort of was wedged in a way that you couldn't really see me. And he was walking around looking, and I was like, oh, he's going to turn the light on and it's just going to be lame. I'm going to be just sitting here. And so I decided to scare him.
Okay.
So he flipped on the light. As soon as he flipped on the light, I was just like, ah! And he jumped and screamed. And then he laughed so hard. And the moment then just like sizzled and burned into my brain forever because I made him laugh really hard. It was the highlight.
Oh,
It was the highlight of the trip. I bet he doesn't remember it. But
I'm trying to remember like any big, like, a Valentine's Day dinner, a big moment. I'm like really scraping my brain. I can't.
I know I thought of one. I finally thought of one. It was with Tim. We went to a spa and we both got massages. And then we did this thing in Boston that was crazy. So this is when I was what? I don't know, 25, 26, something like that.
Okay.
And there was this like secret place where it was something where you had to be in the know. And it was some like chef where it was a big deal. And then it was almost like this traveling speakeasy for chefs and like special dinners where you had to be in the know. And then it's like we went to a house.
The house, like, yes, they're kind of illegal because those places are not protected.
I'm so glad you know what I'm talking about. Because I barely know what I'm talking
about them. I should ask her. There'd be like they would pop up. A chef would come and cook a dinner, and you could have people in, and they would pay to be there. But now you should be under the rules of whatever restaurant rules are to make sure everything's being done the right way. But it wasn't. So it was very.
Oh,
it was very. Yeah. So it's kind of like.
Why is it not like just having a dinner party then?
Because you don't know the other people.
Tickets,
it's like a restaurant.
People,
because you're paying for it. Yeah,
it was like a whisper. Yeah.
And you don't like it was just the two of us, and then there were a bunch of other 2 people tables. And so like I don't remember the food or anything. I just remember the concept was so weird and cool. So I mean I guess that's one. I'm sure I had to have others. I mean, Gordy made me dark chocolate dipped strawberries.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we always did stuff like just I don't know, even in high school, I always went out to dinner with Justin or whatever. Like senior year, I went out to dinner with Adam. The thing that's weird about Valentine's Day, and Terri, you haven't maybe had enough gay Valentine's Days, but like it's so one-sided. Like I never bought anything for anybody for Valentine's Day, or maybe I did, but then it was weird, kind of.
You bought a lot of lollipops for a lot of people.
Yeah, you did. You gave
no,
a lot.
I know.
You gave a
no,
lot.
but I mean, like if I was dating somebody, like I didn't typically.
Yeah.
Buy something.
The boy gets the girl something. Right.
I know. Isn't that kind of weird?
I never really dated any real love language gift givers. No men have ever been. Like once I won't say who this is, but I was older. I was an adult and I was walking through, it was nothing to do with Valentine's Day, but I'm talking about gifts and like a time to lavish. Great for people who love giving gifts, love Valentine's Day. And I remember stopping and I was looking in a window of this jewelry store in my neighborhood that I really liked. And I was like, oh, isn't that stuff that's super pretty? He goes, I hope you have money because I'm never going to get you anything there.
Oh, okay.
Like, cool. Okay. Like, okay.
Wow.
But I was like, yeah, I'm glad you like it. You should probably get yourself something there. It's like, okay. Meanwhile, lesbians, my God, the givers of all gift giver. I can't tell you. Look, it's like for Christmas, for whatever. Like maybe it's just the luck I've had with meeting really wonderful, generous, lovely women, but they love to give a gift. There's a kind of pride with it. Mm-hmm. I'm giving you this thing and I'm lavishing you. There's a real. I want to say it's almost like, not in a bad way, but almost like a power thing. If you're giving someone something, there's a certain control. I'm giving you a thing. You're receiving.
Oh, interesting.
It. So I think
of it that way. That's so strange.
I think of it as a little bit, I'm controlling your experience by giving you something I believe you should have. And I'm determining the value of it. You have to receive it. You kind of have to be grateful no matter what I give you.
I wouldn't see it that way. I would think it's the opposite.
Thought of that.
I would think you're giving me something and I can decide whether or not I like it, and you are subject to my response. I could be disappointed. I could be not. I would see the power in the person who's receiving the gift, not giving.
I don't know. When I got spoiled with gifts from an ex-girlfriend, I was like, oh my God, I felt same kind of like this is an embarrassment of riches. Mm-hmm. We were doing 1-for-1 gifts. Like you open mine now, you open my second one. Now you open my second one. And I ran out of gifts.
Never had that.
I ran out of gifts and this bitch keeps going. And I was like, oh my God. And I just felt like it was amazing because I'd never had it happen in my whole life. Because I love to give gifts. I really do. I think it's really fun to give stuff to people that you're dating. I'm like, that's fun. It's a way of why I really like it.
You're very good at it.
I'm good at it because, well, I think I pay attention. And I also think that it's not just fun to buy a thing, give it to them. When you give it to someone, it's a chance for them to feel that, oh, you really do get me. You really see me. And I think that's the fun part is giving someone a chance to see that you really see them rather than just you saying, I see you and I like you a lot, you know?
Uh-huh.
So I do love it.
Okay. I don't feel that way. I hate gifts.
Yeah. I really struggle
Obviously.
with
Well,
them.
That
you,
is not
you
my
give yourself a lot of pressure and stuff. So it's not
I
fun for
know.
you.
And I
You
can't
also don't
tell
like
you
to
how
shop.
much
I love to
I
shop.
love that Gordy and I do not get each other anything. It brings me so much joy. It's just
I'm glad.
assumed.
Yeah.
That's good for both of you. I would
It
be
is.
so sad.
Yep. Same.
Yeah.
I'm
Same.
usually tallying up what somebody needs. I'm like, oh, she has these terrible earbuds. Like they're the wrong ones. Or you know what she needs? I love being like,
Yeah,
"Ooh,
you think in terms
Yeah.
of where can you fill in the gap
yeah.
with
If
like a
someone's
gift?
like never has their phone charged, I'm like, oh, they don't have a good battery. I want to get them a good battery. I like getting someone the best. This is the best one. And who do
Yeah.
I get that from? Mom, obviously. Like, this is the best. I did the research.
Yeah.
I don't know why the word power comes to mind, but it's sort of like persuade. It's the power of influence or something. Like I feel like I get a little lift from that. And not because I feel subservient to the person I'm giving it to. That's all I'm saying.
But getting a lift from giving someone a good gift it's not abnormal. It's what gift givers do. I think
Mhm.
it's strange that you keep inserting the word power into it.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
really doesn't feel like should have anything to do with power. It's gift giving.
Yeah. I guess I'm not trying to control them. I think maybe it's kind of like when you're giving somebody a gift, you're kind of putting on a show. You're like, here's this thing. I don't know. Maybe I like to put on a show. That's all.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
love
I
putting
think
on.
you can turn anything into putting on a show.
Yeah, probably.
I was gonna read something. So this was me doing a lot of work. This is it's not on Valentine's Day, but whatever. This is January 11th of 96. So I'm a junior and I had just spent a lot of time. This was the worst breakup I had gone through of my, I guess, childhood, I guess all the way up until after college, I'd say. This was like
I don't know who
worst.
this is. I don't know who you broke up with.
Jared. This wasn't the worst. It wasn't bad for him. I don't think he gave a shit at all. But this one was terrible for me. It was just one of those ones I just couldn't get over. And so I'd done so much work, but I learned a ton about the actual how of trying to get over someone from this relationship. Very, very
Oh.
distinct lessons that I taught myself from that I have applied later in life. So I will go into that. There was this boy I had a crush on. I knew him when I was little. He was super cute. And then I bumped into him again like 6 years later at a sleepaway theater camp. And he was there. I went 2 years in a row. In the first year, I saw him and I was like, oh my God, holy shit. But I had no relationship with him. I was new at the camp. I didn't get any big roles or anything like that. And he like ruled the camp. And then he happened to be from the town where our school was, except he went to the public school. And we always had to recruit boys into our musicals because at the time you just didn't have girls playing all the boy parts, or like at least not all of them. The leads had to be actual boys. And so we had to bring him in. And I was like, there was this guy from summer camp. He actually lives down the street because he goes to school in this town. And I brought him in. And I guess it turned out he was not quite as popular in the high school as he was at the musical theater camp.
Yeah. You have a different rep.
Wow.
At theater camp versus the public school.
There was a rebalancing of power. And so he ended up not being able to do the show at our school. I was trying to bring him in to be the counterpart for Mabel in Pirates of Penzance. Anyway, he couldn't do it. But then we started talking. We started dating. And it was kind of on and off. Yeah. We go back to camp the next summer, but now we've been dating. And he went the session before mine, and he was going the whole summer, and I went to session 2 and 3. So I show up, and I guess it was some big deal, like, oh, Jared's girlfriend's coming. Jared's girlfriend is coming. Who's she? Meanwhile, it's like, oh, I was here last year. You just
no, remember me. I had no status because I was not directly related to the king shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. So then all of a sudden, I don't want to, not give myself any credit for any talent that I had, but I felt like I had more of a platform where people were considering me. So then I landed in the traveling troupe, and we sang together there.
Time.
Hmm?
Tale is all this time. Yes.
Are you referencing because we did Disney stuff, or is that coincidental?
No, it's a tale of old. It's funny. I just was involved in this man. I got all this more attention, and I got to go on the tour. And it's like, yeah, this is how this happens. This is how this works.
Okay, that was just so weird because the traveling troupe, we did a Disney medley, and so
Did you sing?
You might have actually sang.
Time.
Song
as old as rhyme.
No.
I'm like, I feel like he did sing that now. Anyway, one day, I mean, he was a little distant and weird, and I was like, what's going on? Something's up, whatever. So after I've been there a couple weeks, 2 girls pulled me aside and were like, just so you know, Jared was seeing another girl during the first session. And I was like, oh, that's why everyone was excited to see me, because they all knew that he had been cheating on me. And they're like, oh, she doesn't know how sad, how so fucking annoying, right? So I find
let that go a couple weeks.
They
let that go a couple weeks before letting you know.
Weeks. I'm like, why now? Then just why tell me? Like, tell me when I get there or don't. Like, what the fuck? I don't know what that was about. And I remember the girl laughing when I didn't believe her. And it was such a weird moment. And I
didn't believe her.
Because I was like, there's no fucking way. Like, how could it be? We're all living together for the last several weeks. Like, how is this just coming up? Like, are you guys like teasing me? Like, what is this? Right. And so I was a disaster. I went into, our cabin and I just lay down and cried, and they let me skip whatever the events were that night because the counselors were probably, 17 years old or or like 20 years old. And I was devastated.
Did you confront him and he was like, yep, sorry, true?
So you would think I would have that part memorized. But it's very fuzzy. I did confront him, and he was just a dude about it. And, he was just like, oh, I don't know. And then I think I was like, well, do you even want to be with me? And he's like, I'm not sure. And I was like, yes or no? Like, I was like,
sure.
I was feeling very desperate. Like, I wasn't feeling emboldened and strong and like, well, fuck you then. You don't deserve me. I was definitely like, well, what about me? It was pathetic.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yes,
when
please.
you find out he's been dating someone, has he been dating her the whole time since, or he had a one-off with someone in week 1?
Well, he might have been writing letters to her. She wasn't there anymore. She was only at the first session.
So he's not there.
She left when Lori got there.
Okay, so then you had 3 weeks with her. You don't know how involved he still was with her.
I didn't know.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
So
yes, but when he left for camp, that was her boyfriend.
Yes.
And then she was going to see him in 3 weeks when she got there. But those 3 weeks he was with somebody else and didn't tell her.
Right. Yeah. Once camp was all over, he did get together with her, even though they were long.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, he did for a little while.
Oh, God.
So,
okay.
So
he was in touch with her the whole time.
Things are dramatic at theater camp.
And this was the year that Pocahontas came out, and I was very, very into Pocahontas at the time. That was my solo in the Disney troupe song. And so then that's why I was like, when I got sad, I climbed a tree.
Yeah.
She was really, really method acting this.
I just cried in the tree.
She's like, this is so sad. I wonder what's lying just around the riverbed.
Climbing the tree. I'm hugging Grandma Willow. So I was a disaster. Anyway, that whole day was audition day for the final session and all the new shows. So I cried the whole day. And then we woke up the next morning and found out that we were cast across from each other, and I was Christine and he was Phantom.
Wow.
And
brutal.
Perfect, because he ghosted you. What?
Yeah. And so like the director pulled us aside because someone was like, hey, good luck with that. Your 2 leads just broke up last night.
Shit. Good luck with that.
And this is an intensive sleepaway camp. So it's like your rehearsals are all day, every day.
All day, every day. 7 days.
Spending every minute together.
And so he pulls us aside. He puts his hand on both of our shoulders. He's like, so I hear that you guys broke up last night. Is this going to be a problem? And both of us being, the musical theater professionals that we were like, no, it's fine. Of course, he's like, no. And he grabs me and hugs me. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And then we had to have all these rehearsals together where we're singing in each other's fucking eyes. And it's terrible. Horrible. Yeah, it was really sad. So when the whole thing was over and done, I was just broken and scarred. There were so many layers to it. I had such a crush on him for so long. I felt like I got him, then I was cheated on, and what to do with it. And it was like the first time I'd like really been through that, where it felt bigger, even though really I would argue that the Sean Dawn thing should have really been more traumatic. But for some reason, the Jared thing was really hard. I couldn't get him out of my head. I would just lie there at night. Somehow, as I was working my way through it all, since it's now January, it's later on, and it's like where I'm starting to like come to terms with like what happened. I said, he never met the real me, Jared. I never showed him the inside. Maybe he didn't make me feel I could tell him what was inside. Whatever the reason, I didn't tell him. I didn't tell him. His so dramatic. His idea of me, his picture of me, it's wrong. He knew it. He said to me, you're not being yourself. Think about it. What is inside? I get so frustrated. It's like all I see is all there. There's just nothing inside. What the fuck?
What does that mean?
He just told me there's nothing inside?
That's nice.
That's really fucked. And I said, I've never
like he was like drama coaching you. He's like, what do you feel? What do you feel?
It's probably what he was doing. Anyway, I go on and on, but it was definitely the beginning of me realizing that I wasn't being myself. I was so eager to impress that I was just trying to be whatever I thought would keep him. And it was like, I feel like the very early stages of embracing my authenticity, because I was just like, he dumped me, but he didn't actually even know me to dump me. Like, he dumped whatever version of me I showed him.
That's right.
Which wasn't even me.
Generation Artex is a brand new podcast, and what you think matters more than you know. Don't let this show sink to the bottom of the swamps of sadness. Seriously, we cannot stress how important it is that you follow, rate, and review this podcast. We want to be in your ears and in your feed. Thank you so much.
But the thing I remember learning how one starts to get over somebody, I remember thinking, and before I get there, this is how much I obsessed. This is the beginnings of AOL chat rooms. Okay. And my friends were also sick of hearing about me talk about him, and that I thought I was pathetic and the whole thing. They were just like, you're obsessed. And so then after a while you feel bad talking about it. And this was, wow, there's a place I could go to talk about this shit where nobody even knows who I am. I don't even remember like what the name of the room was. You dialed your modem in, and then I would go into this same room. You knew people only by their screen names or whatever you call those. And I would just vent about it. But they all knew I told them I was 16, and they eventually got annoyed as well.
Yeah.
They're like, it gets better, kid. It's fine. Like, you're just like,
they're like, I'm divorcing after 20 years of marriage.
Yeah, right.
Right. And so I'm like, all right, I've now officially,
tapped out all of your.
I've tapped into people all over the world, and everyone is fucking over it. And so I started realizing I was thinking about him when I was thinking about him. I realized that was step one.
Metacognition.
Yes. I was like, I'm thinking about him. And then I had to decide what is going to be my thing I think of when I realize I'm thinking about him. Because it's always a default. You're just like, oh my God, I've just been thinking about him. Like, I didn't even mean to do it. And then
recognize the thought pattern, interrupt the thought pattern.
Yes. And so I started with that, and it was so odd. It was motivated by the grind. And I just thought about dancing. Because, the dance show, The Grind, with Eric Zeus. Yeah, it was a huge MTV thing. It was like, wherever they just played music and everybody danced. And that was it. You just watch people dancing.
It's like American Bandstand, but style.
Yeah. And so I would sit and just think about dancing, like dance moves.
Interesting.
And that's what I would do over and over. And then all of a sudden I'd be like, oh my God, I'd only catch myself a few times that day thinking about him.
Yeah.
And then I repeated that until I started to feel the spell broken.
Wait, did you work the loop, or did you do it? Did you watch it, or did you dance?
Thought about it.
I thought about it. This is I'm lying in bed and trying to sleep, and I couldn't stop thinking about him. So all of a sudden,
you think about the grind?
Yeah,
like think about dancing.
But like I would think about myself dance. Like I danced in my head. That's
Yeah.
how
You just broke it. You broke the loop.
I'm just lying there, and in my head, I'm like on the grind.
So what is the lesson? Is it the breaking of it with a physical? You weren't just imagining writing or reading or imagining riding out on a boat. You were imagining an activity, a physical activity.
I don't think that part mattered.
Yeah.
I don't think that part mattered.
The pattern.
It was just the recognizing of the thought and then stopping yourself
Changing
and
in
turning.
the
That's like
thought.
what they say about like yoga and how like when you're new, not yoga, sorry, meditation, how when you're new at it, you're like, it's fine. They're like, oh, I can't do it. My mind's going to wander. And you're like, if you notice your mind wandering and you're like, oh, my mind's wandering, bring it back. They're like, that is amazing work.
That is the thing.
In of itself.
No one's like, oh, I meditate. Why? Oh, because I'm one of those people. My mind doesn't wander. So I just
I have a less human mind.
I asked that because when I started having panic attacks in my early 20s, like usually in places where I couldn't move, like in a dentist chair, or whatever, on a train, on a plane, like that panicky thing, that what I would do is I would imagine myself dancing really, really hard.
Really?
Wow, you and I were both like escaping
our
dark minds by dancing in our heads.
Dancing really hard. Like I would picture like choreography and like really feels like imagine you're actually doing it. And I'd be like, because I danced for so long, so I was like, just do it. I would do that. And I would also.
And your muscles knew that.
My muscles know it. So they'd be like, just do a really hard dance, hard. Like not like lay there and meditate and float. I didn't want to float. I wanted to do that. Or I wished I could run up and down the aisles of the plane. I wanted to just physically work really hard. Why? Because your adrenaline is spiked and the fear, and you need to work it out metabolically. Otherwise, when you stress, there's nowhere for it to go. You don't actually metabolize all those chemicals. And the dancing, even the imagining of the dancing, as we know, picturing it, visualization actually has some of the properties of doing it, right?
Yes.
And so I would do that too.
How weird.
Yeah.
I've never done that. I don't dance if I'm stressed.
But I never danced during breakup healing thoughts. It was only during panic.
Remember, same idea.
Yeah.
So Kim, have you
Very
ever?
interesting.
So I listen to like loud music too. Like,
have you ever had a time where you knew you needed to try to get out of that? Like, say those Sean years where you're going through that breakup. Did you ever like consciously have a time where you're like, I'm obsessing about this. I need to stop, or I need to think differently. No,
I was too young. The Sean stuff, I was little. Yeah. But no, I can't think of a time where I had like obsessive thoughts that I needed to quell.
Well, Terry and I in another dimension are going to go to a dance party, and you can't come.
Clearly.
Maybe
I'm already there.
If you were having a moment of like total sadness or total panic and you could exit that scene and be put right into the middle of a dance party, dance really hard with like lights and music, you would not feel panic. Another thing that I've seen talked about online that I haven't tried is, and I think I might have sent it to you, that they say interrupting a panic moment in a way that's helpful is eating sour candy.
Yeah, I've heard that. I saw that.
Because it like conflicts the break. It's like, whoa, what is this? Like anything that interrupts it.
You have to process it.
I can like literally feel it right now.
Yep.
Well, you actually went on to be friendly with Jared. Let's finish that.
Actually, it's a really, really good point. So fast forward a little less than 10 years later, we reconnected when I moved to LA. And totally just friends, but we got very close. He was like my case of emergency person at like.
Wow! Wait, what? He was your emergency
contact.
We spent like every day together because not only did I kind of merge into his friend group, that's how I met Tal, right? And yeah.
Okay, so this is when you're living in LA, by the way.
I was living in LA.
You're in your 20s, but there was no romantic vibe. It was pure.
There was no romantic vibe. We were just friends. And then we sang together because he wrote a lot of beautiful original songs. And then we started doing duets and we performed a lot. And we would like go to Tal's on Sundays and we'd all hang out. But then he and I would like sing for the group.
Where would you perform? Oh, you didn't perform
in the living room.
Right,
no. When we sang, there was a bar that had open mic nights. And then one day they gave us our own show. And so we had
there's no video proof of this. It makes me so sad.
No video proof of this. Maybe someone does somewhere.
I do have audio proof.
Do you have it? Because I can't find it anywhere. And Kim said that she doesn't know it. But I have a whole album somewhere. I haven't found. I have to look for it.
You have it.
But wait a minute. Let me go back. Another thing is that I went to visit Lori.
Yeah, I was going to say this next. Terry and I went to visit Terry and Joe and I went to visit you.
Yeah, no, Kim,
She
you
went
and Joe
alone?
came. You and Joe came when I was dating Rob.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but like
So
even before
anyway,
that. Yeah, go ahead.
Terri.
Yeah, so I went out there to visit and Lori, and we all went out to dinner. I went out to just friends with Jared. Went out to Jared, blah blah blah. Some friends. We have dinner, and during dinner, Lori kind of picked up on like a vibe because Jared was really cute. He was kind of
So
adorable,
cute.
and
Mhm.
like I don't know if Lori picked up on a vibe, but Lori picked up on a vibe and then texted Jared in the middle of dinner,
I
and
don't
was
remember
like,
that part, but okay.
"Oh, okay. Well, what do you remember? Because that's how I
I
remember
don't.
you."
I don't remember any of the. I
You
just remember
said,
the general.
"Hey,
The
if you're
details didn't.
interested in my sister, you know it's okay."
Oh, that
She
was nice
gave
of
the
me.
go ahead because he
That
was
was
a
nice of
gentleman.
you.
That was nice of her. And then I was like, I didn't know any of that was going on. And then all of a sudden I was like, is there a vibe? And there was a vibe. And I spent that whole evening like just hanging out with him. Like we were hanging out with Lori and her friends, and we went to another bar to watch another band, and we like made out. So I was like, I can't believe it's come to this. That now I'm
Funny.
making out with Jared. I was in my 30s at that point, right? I had to be. You were in your 20s.
Yeah. So what was interesting is then Jared introduced me to his friend, this guy Kip, that I then started dating,
That was his
and
friend?
then that's how I met him. Yeah.
Oh my God. All
They-
Oh
roads
my
lead.
God.
I think
I
they went to
didn't know
college
that.
together. So he introduced me to his friend. That guy and I had this whirlwind romance, and then he promptly dumped me without warning because his ex-girlfriend came back and was like,
Yes.
I want to get back together.
I remember
I
that.
did
Yeah.
not see that coming either. I think it's the not seeing it coming thing that's like really,
That's really hard.
which really like something in your brain. So I didn't
Yeah.
see it coming, and that broke me, and I was a disaster. So
I
I
remember
was like a
that.
big old
Yeah.
cry. I was bad. I was a mess. So here's what's interesting. While I was a mess, Jared and I had another performance in a different setting. And we went to that bar, and I was out of it where it was like I was super drunk, but I wasn't. I was so blurred with like depression. And I got there, and Jared's like, hey, look who's here. Do you remember Kat? And Kat comes walking over, and Kat is the girl that he cheated on me with at summer camp.
You never met her?
Wow.
And she happened to be in town. Like she
You
didn't
didn't
live
know
there.
her? You'd never met her? Didn't know her name?
No, I knew her from camp because I knew her from the year
Okay.
before, and
So
she was
she
friends with
walks in,
everybody.
you're like, cool, rival.
So I had fantasized forever about what I would say to this fucking girl if I ever bumped into him, which from this perspective, it's not her fucking fault. He was the one who
No,
was
right, of
committed to me.
course.
I know that now, but I was young. And so I was like, this fucking girl came after my man. Right. And so I was like so prepared that one day when I saw her, I was going to tell her off or be rude to her.
Meanwhile,
And
you're
then
like,
the day I fucking see her, I'm too heartbroken about the guy that Jared introduced me to.
Oh,
you're too
To even be
sad.
mad about Kat. I didn't even fucking care. I was like, I don't even care anymore.
It was a long time
I was just
ago.
like,
yeah,
and I
also,
looked right
you were
at her,
older.
and I was older, but I was still just like, I've been waiting for this moment.
Oh my
And
God.
then I was like,
I
don't
happen
even
to have some of
care.
the music that Lori and Jared
Wait. So were you just sweet to her? Like what?
I probably no, we didn't hang out. It was like a whole thing, and I was like, oh my God, yeah, I remember you. And
Like,
that was it. I didn't talk to her
That
or
was
hang
it.
out. I didn't care.
Oh my God. So
You
anticlimactic.
ready?
Yeah.
For me, yeah.
Yeah.
And to close out Valentine's Day, we're going to play you one of those songs that I happen to have on my phone. God knows how it got there, of Lori singing one of Jared Zeus's songs. They healed past the Phantom of the Opera. They made it past that, and they were able to create wonderful music together.
Yeah.
And here is that music now. And have a happy Valentine's Day.
Oh,
Will Jared sue us if we play this?
I'm gonna go with no.
Still see summer stains sitting upon my chest, and the best of it still stands upon my shoulders. My head just beginning to clear. Had a cold last year, and unsettled in my breast. So you can do what you want to. I'm here. And you can say what you want to. I'm here.
Oh, that's so sweet.
'Cause I will not be broken into, and I will not take no for an answer. Not while I still have these lungs to breathe. Not this time.
Is this a duet?
So good.
No,
just her singing. I mean, this is like such a, could have been any song you hear on the radio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So good. What do we owe him for this?
Well, I swear this year I'll step outside and sit upon the sand, and I'll stand up to the waves as they crash over me. I'll bury my bones in the sea. I had a cold last year, and I settled in my knee. So you can do what you want to. I'm here, and you can say what you want to. I'm here, 'cause I will not be broken into, and I will not take no for an answer. Not will I still have these lungs to breathe. Not this time. I know the way the story goes, and I don't like the way it ends. Not this time. Now I still have a part to play, and there's something I can say or do to make this thing go my way. It's been a long road, and it helped me understand that I can make this thing go my way. It's been a hard road, and I'm stronger for the task. So you can do what you want to. I'm here, and you can say what you want to say. I'm here. I will not be broken into, and I will not take no for an answer. Now will I still have these lungs to breathe? Oh, I will not be broken into. I will not take no for an answer. Now will I still have these lungs to breathe? Not this time. Not this time. Hey.
Oh,
I don't even remember that. Does that like
love
bring you
that
back?
one.
Oh yeah.
Love that one. And now
Maybe
maybe
time.
maybe Lori is going to have her next leg of her singing career is going to pick up right on this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I want to produce that song. Who owns it?
Jared owns it. I
Yeah.
remember he was really good about making sure what do you do with songs? Copyright them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was good about that. Every time he wrote a song, he immediately like sent it in to make sure that.
Wow.
Yeah, you might want to check with him before we put this in the podcast.
Yeah.
Just
All
check
right.
with him.
I'll check.
Is he
with him.
doing anything with music now? I mean, wouldn't be the
I
worst
do not
thing.
know. We're
Says
friends
he's
on
the voice
Facebook.
actor.
Well, I
Hmm?
mean, you don't talk to him anymore?
No.
Why do you have that song?
I don't know. It was back in the days.
Why don't
of,
I have it?
Well, it was back in the days of like you upload a song to, you'd hard
Yeah.
drive it up into your phone. Like that's how
So it's
long
in
ago-
your iTunes?
you can't find it online. It's only in my iTunes from when I uploaded it, right? Yeah. It's trapped on my phone. It's trapped like a genie in a bottle, like on
Yeah.
my phone.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, that's enough.
That's
That's
enough.
enough. This episode of Generation Artex was produced by us, edited by us, and hosted by us. Our theme music is by Danielle Musto. Art and design by Ryan Andrews of ryanmade.com. Please follow, rate, and review to help save more Gen Xers from the swamps of sadness. Follow us on Instagram at Generation Artex, that's ARTAX, and visit us at generationartex.com.